Okay, now what we're going to be doing is working on the image view. So open up in the UI, the ImageView.js, and go ahead and create a function called ImageView. And then all you need to do is create your window like we do in every one of these. And then what we're going to do, we're actually going to do something fun because the image view is really simple and there's not a whole lot you can do with it. But I'm going to show you how to animate an image. And so what we're going to do is we're going to make a clock image that rotates around when you click on it. So let's create the image view first. We need to create a rotation. It's done in 90 degrees and then we increment by 90 degrees after each click. So now we'll create the image view. Var image view equals ti.ui.create image view, and we're just going to pass one property, and that's the image. So the image property equals a string, which is, you can enter a string or a blob. A blob is binary data if you don't know, or you can even specify a URL if your device has internet connection. So I just created another image called images clock, so you'll have to check the GitHub repository if you want to use this one, or you can just use your own image that you have on your local machine. And then all I'm doing is, since this image is just going to be in the center of the screen, I don't need to put a top, left, bottom, or right. And then I just simply add this image to the window. And now we're going to create an image click event. So when they click on the image, just like any view, you can have a click event on any view, and it doesn't have to be a button. So a lot of times, instead of creating a button with an image, you just create an image view and add a click event. One of the downsides to that, though, is when you have a button with a click event, it actually will change the coloring on a button while you click on it, where an image view wouldn't do that. Okay, so we've added our click event, and then what we're going to do is create what's called a 2D matrix. And this is just a way of changing a view. So I'm going to call this the rotate matrix, and then pass into it a property of rotate. And there's all sorts of different matrices properties, like you can change the size, you can change the location. But you can also do a rotation, which is pretty cool. And so we're just going to pass into it the rotation, which is default by 90 degrees. And then what we're going to do is we're going to increment the rotation so that the next time we click on it, it will be the next set. So our rotation is plus, equal, and then 90. So that increments 90 degrees to our current value. And then we need to make sure that if it's over 360 degrees, that we just set it back to 0. And then what we do is we create an object called an animation. So close out of our if statement and then do var rotation animation, or rotate animation equals ti.ui.create animation, and we can pass into it a couple of properties. An animation can have a left, a right, a top, a width, a height, or you can also apply a transform. And what a 2D matrix is that's a transform. And so we'll set the first property as a duration, so that's how long it's going to take, and it's in milliseconds. So this would be 250 would be a quarter of a second. And then we'll apply our transform, which is our rotate matrix. And then we call ImageView.animate and pass into our rotate animation. And so let's close out of our click event and return our self. And then export our module. And now let's check out our value. So we have our image view, and then we have our nice little clock, and we click on it, and it rotates 90, 180, 270, 360, and it's back to 0. So